Blockchain is just a database, but it's a really interesting database because it's a distributed and decentralized database. So until 2008, we've had to update databases using a central authority. Now, blockchain allows us to update and manage a database without a central authority. Now, this sounds like an interesting trick, but turns out it's actually really fundamentally important. So many of our human institutions, our markets, our governments, our companies have evolved in order to manage centralized databases. Now that we've got a decentralized technology, we're just discovering how many wide applications that a decentralized database can do, from identity management to supply chains to money to trade finance. We're just discovering so many applications now that we've got what is just a new type of database.
Yeah, and how we see this is basically bringing a new type of economic infrastructure that enables trade to be built on this, and we can build contracts, organizations, whole new forms of economies. So there's a lot of different applications of blockchain technology to supply chains, and one of the ones that we're most excited about is in agriculture and primary goods. We're interested in seeing how a good will move from the farm all the way through to the table. And what blockchain technology enables us to do is to track the provenance of that good, bills of lading, insurance, trade finance, all of the bits of information that need to be verified each time a good moves along it. And what this can potentially do is dramatically lower the costs of how supply chains work.
It's an interesting technology for the time in which we're living, because so much of global trade is highly regulated. So we may have gotten rid of a lot of tariff barriers over the last 50 years, but we've added more requirements at the borders: biosecurity requirements, quarantine requirements, regulations around labour standards and environmental rules. If we can put all that information onto a decentralized distributed ledger, we can make global trade not just more efficient, but a lot quicker at the border, allowing more goods to cross borders more effectively.
And there's a lot of winners from this, in the sense that farmers will get paid more for what they're producing, consumers will know more about the products that they're finding. In the middle, governments and regulators will know more about what's moving across their borders. They'll be able to track things. So from a security perspective, from a cost perspective, from a quality perspective, there's a lot of gains to be had from this technology. So the opportunities that blockchain technology can bring a country like Vietnam is a chance to actually not just be part of new global supply chains, but also to take a leadership position in this by providing high-quality regulatory frameworks that enable other countries to join with Vietnam in these sort of what we think of as new blockchain trade zones. And this is sort of the next generation of globalization, kind of globalization 2.0. To do that, what is needed is a high-quality knowledge about how this technology works from regulators and from other sort of parts of the ecosystem. And I think this is a role that universities like RMIT Vietnam can play, actually, in providing this type of information, credentialing, and engagement. So the Blockchain Innovation Hub was set up at RMIT University in Melbourne in mid-2017. And what it is a new research centre, which was at the time was the very first in the world, a social science research centre devoted to blockchain. And what we're doing is trying to understand the economic possibilities of this technology. And by bringing together economists, lawyers, social scientists, computer scientists to create a sort of very high-powered research capability on blockchain technology. Now, we're using this to engage with industry in terms of developing new technologies and research partnerships. We're building courses that for undergraduates, postgraduates, executive education to bring this research and knowledge into the market. And we're doing policy advice to help governments and regulators understand the possibilities of this new technology.
One of our most exciting offerings is the online courses, which have been some of the most successful blockchain courses around the world. And the goal behind the online course is to really train strategists, business people interested in a career in business about how to both understand the technology and then how to understand its application in a business context. That's been a wildly successful course. It's available to students around the world, and we highly recommend it if you're interested in understanding how, not just how does blockchain work, but how can blockchain be used to make a business better, or to pursue social good, or any of the values that we want to pursue as a society.